say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys looking for a second straight victory after coming out on top a week ago. His counterpart on the Ravens sideline, John Harbaugh. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Here's Jackson. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now it's Jackson. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Ravens sit 8-4 now in the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Some more offense at the line, set to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now a handoff up the middle. Knighton. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Knighton. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently 2nd in the league in first downs, and they pick up 1 here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
Well, run on first down. Knighton. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now it's Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Again, Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Knighton. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They go play action now. Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So they decide not to back him up. They want the down. An interesting call there as it'll lead to 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Throwing is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Mark Andrews for 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. After the interception, here's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. The quick feet by Jackson. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Jackson now, and it's caught, and they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. From the gun, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a 2nd and 2. To throw is Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now 2nd and 5. Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Jackson will throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. And that will do it. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a handoff up the middle. Knighton, and a 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, Alpha, sit on. Sit on. You are. Nice shot.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll keep it on the ground. Knighton. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now in Baltimore. Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. Jackson. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's a gain of 37. And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the Dolphins 6-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Noah Gray. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
180.
And Jackson throwing once more. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Noah Gray from 6 yards away. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. Jackson going to change things up a bit. Now Jackson throwing to start the drive. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw. Jackson. Touchdown! Mark Andrews. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year. Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession?
180.
On 1st down, Knighton. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They'll keep it on the ground. Knighton. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
180.
But Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because you know they emphasize ball security, wanted to avoid making any major mistakes playing against that tough defense, and they were turnover free and took points when they were available. Excellent execution, and they did it confidently.
So for the Ravens, It's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.